Hey friends, today's video is going to be my 10th anti-haul. Is it my 10th one? I have to check, I'm not sure. How many have I done? How many have I done? I don't know, how many have I done? This is gonna be my 10th anti-haul. Merry fucking, not Christmas yet, but we're gonna talk about holiday releases. We're gonna talk about things that have been thrown at you for the last few weeks, things that you don't necessarily need, and I know I'm not gonna buy. So today, I'm gonna tell you why I'm not going to buy them, and maybe it'll inspire you to decide not to buy them yourselves. Cool? Okay. Quick disclaimer before I get into all the products. If you really want these, if you are hell-bent on buying these, or if you have already bought them, you do you. I don't dislike you. I'm not clowning on you for buying those things. These are just reasons why I'm not going to buy them. And anti-hauls were made popular by Kimberly Clark, this queen. I love Kimberly Clark. She's great. And if you don't know what they are by now, bitch, is you blind? I don't drink tea, I drink coffee, especially at 11 o'clock at night. Here we go! And I do want to split this up into kind of two categories. Last time I did like a lot more complicated categories. This time, I'm going to do like more traditional anti-haul products at the beginning. Things that I am not even gonna think about buying. Things I'm like, what? No. And then the second half will be like things that I actually really want, but I need to talk myself out of because, rent. So let's start with Sephora, shall we? There's so many just like sets of things and kits of things. So I have put everything on a list. There's like 9 products, $691 if I were to buy all of these things. Any and all kits and sets of things from Ulta, Sephora, Too Faced and Tarte are the biggest offenders with this crap. They have like little kits where it's like face and eyeshadow palettes and like a lipstick with an eyeliner, with a mascara, with a blush. And it's like, why? Like, if you like those products, you would have already bought them. You know, like, I'm gonna reiterate this. I talked about this last year around Christmas time. Kits and sets of things get produced so that people who don't know you very well, but the only thing they know about you is that you like makeup, it's for those people to buy for you. So don't buy them for yourselves, because A, if you like one of the products, buy the full size. And if you don't like more than one of the products, don't buy the full set. Kits are just pointless. So I have the Tarte Pineapple of My Eye collector set. And this list of Too Faced kits that I don't have the time to go through all of the names and the products because there's too many of them and you don't need any of them. I don't need any of them. I'm not going to buy them. Just wait for your parents to buy them or your cousins or your aunts and uncles because that's what they're for. Like, that's what they're created for, okay? There's a reason it's a gift set. It's to give as a gift. Oh, I'm trying not to get too hypey. We'll switch away from kits for a minute, and we're gonna talk about some palettes that I'm not fucking buying. The Fetish eyeshadow and blush highlighter palette from Kat Von D. The Gingerbread Spice eyeshadow palette from Too Faced. For one thing, I have all these shades. You probably have all these shades. And also, the packaging, I hate it. I hate the font. The font is so kitschy. I'm like, am I 12? No, I'm 29. Also, like, I don't know if I like the idea of having like does it smell like gingerbread spice? I don't want spicy things on my eyes. I don't want cinnamon scent on my eyes. That just sounds like it's gonna be irritating as fuck. And I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. Next. 2 palettes from Natasha DeNOPE have come out in the last however long. I don't fucking know. First is the Safari All Matte Eyeshadow Palette. Looking at this palette, I see pretty much all the shades that are anywhere unique to this palette. I already have in the Viseart Dark Mattes palette, or I have in some other variation of a palette. Like all of the, like the light shades on the side, those are not gonna look that different on my eyes. Like they're not gonna look that special. They're not gonna be that groundbreaking. And I feel like for a palette that you're gonna spend $129, having 3 light shades that are just like meh, it's like, why? There's like 2 taupes in here that look almost identical, and there's just too much similarity with some of the shades. And I find that Natasha DeNOPE does that a lot, where she releases palettes that have like a lot of product in it, but like 2 or 3 of the shades look so similar, where you're like, why am I spending money on something that, like, I don't need 3 of the same taupe shade, and I don't need 3 gold shades. shades, you know? Speaking of too many gold shades, the gold eyeshadow palette from Natasha DeNOPE, Sorry Bob. This palette, I saw it on Trend Mood and I'm just like, are you serious? I don't know if just like their swatch photos or their product photos are so bad that like it shows no variation from gold to gold or light brown to light brown. They look all the same. This palette is like 5 gold shades that have like very little difference between them. 3 like camel-y mustard shades, like a white pearl, a matte dark brown, and then like a dark green and a light green. But it's like,
Why?
Again, I'm not gonna spend $129 on a palette that have so many shades that look so similar. This gold palette, you could achieve probably the exact same look with 5 shadows. You don't need 15. And I feel like the variations that you would get using the different shades would look exactly the same. $129, not for me. Not gonna buy it, nope. One palette that I had to grapple with, and then I realized, I don't want this. The Urban Decay Naked Cherry Eyeshadow Palette. Honestly, I don't think I have ever purchased a naked palette because the first naked palette I got as a gift from my ex-boyfriend when I was like 22 years old. So I'm not about to start buying them now because I don't know. I feel like I have those shades. Looking at the Naked Cherry, at the range of shades, I feel like I have all of the shades in there with Norvina and Modern Renaissance from Anastasia. If I put those 2 palettes together, I would have all of the shades from Naked Cherry. Like, I feel like putting them all together in one is kind of a cool idea, but for me, for my usage, for my money, for my collection, I don't need it. Because I have Norvina and Modern Renaissance. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it. Sorry, Urban Decay. I don't need you. Speaking of Anastasia, girl, I love you. Your shadows are great. Norvina is awesome. Modern Renaissance is a holy grail. This sultry eyeshadow palette, like, the first time we get a palette that doesn't have the velveteen packaging that just attracts all of the fuzz in the hair and the dirt, we get this basic neutral ass palette with like a matte charcoal and like a bright peach. Why? When I think sultry, honestly, I think more of the Naked Cherry. I think that's more sultry, naked smoky, like this really rich jewel tone, dark shades. That's what I think of sultry. I don't think basic neutrals and a pop of peach. I was like, it's a glittery packaging, sultry. And then this, I was not amused. Not amused in the slightest. Anastasia, I'm sorry, I don't need it and I'm not going to buy it. Next, another palette. This is just like a principle of mine. Trend Mood posted this picture the other day of the new KKW eyeshadow palette launch. I don't even know what it's called, like berry or something of that basic vibe. This palette is so derivative of so many things that have already come out that it's just Kim Kardashian trying to cash in on it, and I don't want to cash in on that. Like, I don't want to give Kardashian my money. Both of these palettes that she's come out with, first one, the first one that she came out with looked almost identical to Laura Leach's little like Boss Babe palette or whatever the hell she came out with, and then this like mauve-y neutral thing, it's a cash grab. Like, it's so pointless. Like, this is a pointless release. Literally looking at them, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5. There's almost 5 shades in there that are identical to the first palette. Like, if you look at these 2 palettes next to each other and put the shades up against each other, there are 5 shades in here that are like indiscernible. Both of them, pointless releases. Just dumb, pointless. I don't need them. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Also, Kim, come get your husband. He's... And if the last palette did not get your panties in a twist, this new palette from Huda... Why? This new nudes? Is it new though? Is it new though, Huda? Is it new? And also these like super glittery top shades, like that looks like a nightmare. Like, that sounds like no fun. Really chunky glittery shades is kind of the one gripe I have with the Norvina palette, but I've like kind of dealt with it. But like, these just look like straight up shards of glitter that you'll just like slap on your face. Just
Who's your daddy?
Like, no. And as well, this palette kind of suffers from the same thing that the Kim Kardashian palettes came out with. There are 3 shades in here that look very, very similar. 2 shades that look almost identical. 2 of the shimmery shades look very, very close together. It's like, why have a palette with 18 shades when like the variations of looks are going to be very, very minimal? Like, why come out with a palette that large when all of the shades are so similar? Because like, does everybody need like 4 different mauve shades that look almost exactly the same? You probably already have it in the fucking Modern Renaissance palette. Just saying. There's like 3 shades in here that look like very close to Buon Fresco, and like Buon Fresco was done. No need to reinvent the wheel. So yeah, Huda, I'm not gonna buy it, sorry. End Act 1. Act 2 is products that I actually do kind of want, but I know I don't need, and I know I shouldn't buy, that I'm going to talk myself out of, and you are going to help me with that. So, okay, cool. Thanks, friends. 2 sets that I actually kind of want, that I could see a value in for my own collection. The Meet the Fam Milk Bestsellers set. This is a $39 set, so it's not that expensive, and you get a bunch of different products in it. And I actually have been wanting to try more milk products, but as far as the skincare goes, I'm not sure if everything's going to work for me. So that's kind of me justifying not buying it, because it's like, is all this skincare gonna work? I mean, I want to try the bronzer. I would like to try more of the like stick things. I want it. I like Milk's aesthetic. I have multiple Milk products. I know I don't need it. I don't need it. And another thing that I want, this Becca Glow on the Go highlighter set. It's opal. It's a shimmering skin perfector liquid and a shimmering skin perfector powder. Becca highlighters are awesome, and I don't actually own any right now because the last one I had broke. It was very sad. Champagne Pop, rest in peace. Like, this is a $20 set where you get a small highlighter and a small liquid highlighter, and I'm like, that's a great deal. But do I need a liquid highlighter? I don't use liquid highlighters. I really don't use them. I do kind of like that macaroon little set though. That's kind of cute. Abby, stop talking yourself into buying things. Another thing that I actually kind of want, the packaging and the color selection spoke to me. This new ColourPop fall edit with the animal print, this like warm, like it looks like witch colors because it's got like this, got the orangey tones, but then it's got this like really pretty lime and this really pretty like magenta purple. It's gorgeous and the color selection's great. It has this really awesome like taupey green called Trophies. I don't know, the color selection intrigues me, but I don't need it. And then that ColourPop pink, on Wednesdays we wear pink palette. I'm like, oh, don't do this to me, ColourPop. Don't do this to me. I love me some pink eyeshadows. Today it's red, but I'm rocking like Gerard Way circa 3 Cheers for the Sweet Revenge. I love myself some pink and red eyeshadows. I'm not gonna lie. I like looking like I have pink eye. These 2 ColourPop palettes, I'm like, do I need it? No, but do I want it? Yes, absolutely. A palette that fucking just swooped in from out of nowhere, this Becca Volcano Goddess collection is the most gorgeous packaging. It's like a geode, rainbow geode packaging, and the color selection is kind of what's making me not want to buy it, because like 9 out of the 12 shades are just like meh, but 3 out of the 12 shades look amazing, and the packaging is just like this lovely rainbow thing. On the outside, you think it's gonna be like a really rich jewel tone rainbow thing, but then when you open it up, it's like, oh, cool, 6 neutrals and then like a few pops of color. Like, Becca, don't be a cock tease like that, please. Thank you. A couple of lipsticks, kind of harking back to what I was saying about I like all things Halloween. These Sugarpill liquid lipsticks in Trick and Treat. You got me there, Sugarpill. And like the fucking picture on Treadmood is so cute. It's got like little cat designs and it's like sparkly black, like, ugh. I might buy it. I'm not sure. It looks gorgeous. And it's, the black has like orange and green sparkles in it. And that just sounds like all kinds of fun. I love black liquid lipsticks. But my one thing is, I don't know how Sugarpill's liquid lipstick formula kind of performs. I've never owned any of them before. So I don't know if I want to like go in and get like a black shimmery one if I don't know if it's going to work on my mouth. Speaking of which, I'm wearing a Heavy Artillery from Makeup Monsters, otherwise known as Menagerie Cosmetics, on my lips. It's amazing. So yeah, this Sugarpill thing, I want it, but I don't need it. I don't need it, and I'm not gonna buy it. Sorry. I'm gonna do another reading mean comments in ASMR very soon, I promise. One product that I never thought that I would want a Morphe product this much. No other Morphe product has wowed me. Even their brushes. Like, I have a Morphe brush, like a blending brush, and it's kind of scratchy, but this Boss Mood 35M palette, my buddy Laura Nuzeth bought it and made, like, it did a whole Instagram story about it and, like, did a whole video about it, and I'm like, Laura, you're making me want this palette because I really fucking want it. It's got, like, lime greens in it and purples and neutrals and warm shades. It's got, see, like, this palette, if I were to want a all-in-one palette, this would be mine. Like the Jaclyn Hill palette, this is what I would want if I wanted an all-in-one palette to take with me everywhere, that I would only need one palette. But the problem is I don't want that. I don't do that. I don't carry around giant palettes with too many shades to choose from. So I shouldn't buy this, even though it's inexpensive and like the colors look really cool. It's got like a nice collection of like mattes and shimmers, but I don't know how they perform. I've never used Morphe. I just wish there was like a cream shade that I could use all over the lid. That's the one thing it's missing. And also for like ethical reasons, I feel like I shouldn't buy it because like Morphe has been shady as fuck and they've done all kinds of crazy stuff. There's so much drama and beef around that company where I just don't want to like deal with it. So that's another reason why I don't really need to buy it, because like voting with your dollar. Also voting, please vote next month. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, I feel like I need to address this. You're gonna be surprised. You're gonna be like, Abby, what the fuck? I am anti-hauling the bath products from the Lush Christmas collection. It's bath bombs, bath melts, and bubble bars. I never really liked the bubble bars that much in the first place, but I digress. I already own a handful of bath products that I have purchased in years past. I just bought one of the bath products from the Halloween collection that is a scent that I haven't smelled in years. It smells like the Noriko soap from like Christmas, like 4 years ago. 5-6 years ago. I was looking at the Christmas collection, which I am going to be buying stuff from. I'm very excited about it, but I don't have a bathtub. So it's kind of stupid that I buy bath products that I cannot use until I remember to bring them with me to take a bath at my parents' house. I don't necessarily feel comfortable just asking my friends, hey, can I come over to your house and take a bath? Even though my friend Emily said I totally could, but she lives in a house with like 4 other people, which I need to stop myself from buying the Christmas bath bombs and the Christmas bubble bars just because I'm not going to use them. Like, I'm not going to use them, and I don't need to just collect them for the sake of collecting them, because I've bought some in the past where I ended up using them maybe a year later and they have lost so much of the wow because it's all kind of like evaporated and it's not nearly as strong because it's not as fresh. Like, the fresher the bath bomb, the better the bubble. I want to coin that catchphrase. So I have so many products that I haven't used from like last year, so why do I need to buy more? Like, I have 2 golden eggs from like fucking like 3 years ago. Am I going to use them? I don't want to get gold all over my mom's bath. That's gold glitter and cocoa butter. Yeah, the Christmas collection I will be getting some products from because they have brought back my favorite scent of all time, Cinders in a shower cream. But as far as the bath bombs and the bubble bars go, I don't need any of them. I don't need them because I don't have a bathtub, so I'm not going to buy them. It's the first time I ever put a Lush thing in an anti-haul, and it feels really weird. Yeah, guys. So this was my 10th anti-haul. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said before, if you want any of these products, if you own any of these products, don't take it personally, because this is me, this is my money, this is what I want to do with my money. Do what you want with your money. It's your money. But if you needed a little bit of like anti-consumerist pep talk, I'm your gal, among a bunch of other people who I'll actually link below who have like dope anti-hauls in the description, because I watch them all the time because they're some of my favorite videos to watch. Today's song of the day, Lost My Car from Monsterwatch, because they're playing on Band in Seattle on Friday, and I'm super excited about it because it's gonna be a fucking party, and I'm so stoked. They're like punk rock. I've talked about Monsterwatch, like I mentioned one of their songs before, but Lost My Car is your song of the day today. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you want to see more anti-hauls from me, because I'm gonna keep fucking doing them because brands keep coming out with stupid products. Check out my Patreon if you feel so inclined. Thanks to my patrons, you're amazing. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and then hit the bell to get notified when I upload new things, because sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't when I talk about taxidermy in a video, and then my video gets like suppressed and then like demonetized because taxidermy. That was fucking stupid. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!